would you agree that if you did not find something that would be in favor of Mr. Depp and negative to Ms. Heard, that you wouldn't be an expert in this case? Essentially, bring you into court if you're going to say that Ms. Heard is right and Mr. Depp is wrong, correct?
So as a forensic psychologist, my obligation is to the court, is to the fact finder. I present science regardless of what that science may be. Now, when I take a case, my retainer agreement is explicit about that, and I discuss that with the attorneys.
I'm asking you a question. I'd like you to try to answer my question. You understand that if you found favorably to Ms. Heard and negatively to Mr. Depp, you wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be testifying.
Objection speculative.
No, okay, sorry, hold on. The objection is speculation.
That's not speculation.
No, I'll sustain the objection if you want to ask.
Okay. It goes to bias, Your Honor.
I sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about makeup for a moment. So, you don't know what type of makeup regimen Amber uses every day, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in fact, you don't know, you said at one point you're not sure, but it's a natural look. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And would you agree that there are a number of different types of makeup you can use that would still give you a natural look?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll allow it.
I'm guessing there is, yes.
Okay. Okay. And there's sun in the Bahamas, right?
Most of the time.
Do you know what Amber wears for sunscreen?
I think it was, at one point I had a brand Shishido or something like that was on the island that we provided.
And do you know whether Amber brought her own as well?
I don't know.
Do you know whether Amber had a skin condition?
I wasn't told.
Okay. But I take it you didn't ask.
No, I wouldn't have asked if somebody had a skin condition.
Okay. The wedding. The wedding was planned at sunset, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, it went forward at sunset, correct?
It went earlier. It was earlier than sunset.
So your recollection is that there's no sunset pictures at the wedding?
Okay. There was sunset pictures.
Okay. So last couple questions. The makeup or not makeup, you were asked whether you observed any injuries on Amber in the December 2015 timeframe. Do you believe Amber would cover up bruises to hide them from the kids?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain this.
Do you have any understanding, based on your knowledge of Amber, whether she would try to cover up any bruises or cuts?
Same
To
objection.
keep them from the kids?
I'll sustain the objection.
You said that you didn't believe that Amber was wearing much makeup, but you said she participated in a photo shoot in December 2015. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Do you know whether Amber was wearing any makeup for a photo shoot?
I'm not sure the part that I saw, she was in and out of the water.
Do you know whether Amber would want to show bruises or cuts in a photo shoot?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the objection.
I have no further questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, redirect.
Like, get fucked on set, get fucked with fucking James fucking Franco? Did you hear that?
I don't recall.
Did you hear him say, at least you fucking liked it?
No,
Did you hear him say, I bet you slipped a tongue in there and you liked it?
no,
Did you hear him say, make references to Amber's pussy and asking her if her pussy was wet?
Your Honor, lack of foundation,
No.
harassment.
Did you hear any of that?
no, not that I recall.
Okay.
I'll overrule the objection. It's fine.
Thank
Next
you.
question.
Now, you,
Mr. Rottenborn, do you have the redactions for me?
We have one of the two. The other one, we had to make one tweak to, and we're going to do that electronically during.
Would that be if I was physically there? Is that what you're asking? Or?
Your Honor, no, first I'd ask you to instruct Mr. Chu not to shake his head, nod his head to the witness. That's inappropriate.
I'm not shaking.
Okay.
Well, he was.
All right. Well, I'll keep a lookout for that.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Ms. Dombrowski,
correct?
Yes.
And they feel paranoid
Yes.
and they feel frightened,
Yes.
afraid that everyone's going to believe the perpetrator, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, they're afraid they're going to lose their security, correct?
Can you clarify what you mean by security?
I'll ask the next one. And they're afraid they're going to lose their reputation,
Yes.
correct? Okay. Now, let's talk about the testing for a moment. You talk.
Dr. Kipper told me he sustained an injury on one of his
Well,
fingers.
objection, hearsay.
Wait, you asked the question.
Oh,
Next question.
okay, you said he sustained an injury.
And there's sun in the Bahamas, right?
Most of the time.
Do you know what Amber wears for sunscreen? Contract for Pirates of the Caribbean from August 2022. Do you see that?
Objection, lack of foundation.
I'm sorry?
Lack of foundation.
I didn't get his answer.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
I see it. It says August 2002.
Let's turn to
whatever, where she could be,
Objection, we have to
photographed.
scope the question, Your Honor.
Sorry?
I believe he was responding to what he meant by what he wrote in his text message
And then
to
he said
Dr.
I meant exactly what the word said, and now he's going beyond.
All right. I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Thank you, Mr. Rottenborn.
Sir, if you could just answer the question, Mr. Depp, please.
Certainly,
Direct your
certainly.
attention just to your attorney, okay?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Yes, correct.
And Mr. Depp was trying to urinate in the foyer, wasn't he?
No.
Mr. Depp had his penis out of his
Objection.
pants, didn't he?
I think I would remember
Relevance.
seeing Mr. Depp.
I'll allow it. Next question.
And you were trying to get Mr. Depp out of the house, correct?
Correct, I was trying